What's up Reddit? What's up YouTube? Instagram? Facebook? LinkedIn? Tumblr? Pinterest? Ladies. Hi, I'm Kaihan and this is my inaugural video to show off a little project I've been working on for a contest on Reddit. So if you've been following the Nerf community, you know there's a project going on called Merge Masters. For those uninitiated, Merge Masters is a contest created by Landgrave Customs, one of the mods, to combine multiple Nerf blasters into one. There are 3 categories. The first one is the lightweight category, which requires 2 blasters to be used, but only one needs to be functional. The second category is middleweights, which requires at least 2 blasters to be functional, but you need to use 3 blasters. The third and final category is heavyweights, which require you to use as many blasters as you want, but you need to have at least 3 functional. I've actually never done a high-scale mod before. I've rewired a Strife, I've removed the air restrictors on a Strong Arm, a Maverick, a Deploy, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna make a heavyweight. So I made this monstrosity. This is the K3-18 Parasite. Now let's just take a step back and find out what the hell we're looking at right over here. So first and foremost is the bread and butter of the gun. This is a demolisher that's been reduced by removing the demolisher missile. I felt a little sad cutting down the demolisher, but it's been sitting here collecting dust for forever. Attached to the scope is a modulus barrel extension, bought specifically for this project. Next, I integrated a long-shot front gun in place of the demolisher missile. When the Busby Panther got on the scene, the first thing I thought was I wanted to see somebody put this in a long-shot front gun. And I've only seen it done once before on Reddit, and kind of sloppily there, but I managed to stuff one into the long-shot front gun here, and it works flawlessly using the same pumping mechanism as the original long shot. Moving forward, we have a Nerf Firefly as the stock, which is also housing the batteries in a semi-hidden battery tray, using some door hinges. Finally, we have what I call the namesake of the blaster, the Parasite, which is a swarm fire in a completely custom casing, mounted on the original rail from the right side of the demolisher. The custom casing of the swarm fire is created using celluclate, which is a just add water paper mache. Works like clay, and the eyes are done using spoons actually. To fire the swarm fire, I have a hidden trigger right over here. Unfortunately, you can't really fire the swarm fire and the demolisher at the same time, because most of the time you're going to be using the same finger for both triggers. It would be a little clunky to have to move your hand up to fire both, but it's possible. But not really practical. The bulk of the blaster is painted using Montana Gold spray paints. The black is an anthracite, and the yellow is called Flash Yellow, and it has a matte Krylon clear coat, which just does everything for the blaster. I used some silver ink for detailing, dry brushing it into the anthracite. I used multiple Utrecht brand paints for the Parasite. The K3-18 runs on 2 3S Zippy Micro lipos, which are lithium polymer batteries that are primarily used in toy helicopters. Powering the swarm fire is a 7.5 kilogram Orange Modworks spring for the strong arm. I used a strong arm spring because in early mods of strong arms, people tended to use swarm fire springs. So I thought that the two would be interchangeable for this in this case, since Orange Modworks discontinued their swarm fire spring. One of the things I'm most proud of with this project is that the entire blaster is modular. I assure you it's a permanent installation. However, if I snip a few wires and unscrew one string right over here, I can lift the swarm fire right out for any maintenance that needs to be done. And I actually have done some maintenance after technically completing the blaster. Now, with all that in mind, let's take it outside for a firing demo.
Hit what?
Their house.
The other house?
Yeah. Awesome. The reason I'm slowing down is because my finger's getting tired. Hey, so originally I had some commentary on the firing demo, but unfortunately I lost the footage that I was commenting on, and I had to go re-record. So, just to add a little bit more commentary right over here before I get back to the main video, the grouping was really tight this time around. It wasn't the first time, and my backyard's about 70 feet across, and the swarm fire was hitting around 50. The demolisher was hitting well beyond the 70 mark. It was hitting like flat on the fence. You can kind of see there. The grouping was really good. And the Panther, every time I fired the Panther outside, I've lost the dart that I've fired because it's been clearing the trees. So that's insanely powerful. Fishtails a little bit, but that's to be expected. Anyway, let's get back to the video. Now, what are my thoughts on the final product of this mod? I'm an artist. I've always been an artist growing up. I've grown up in the art world, and I've learned through that to become a little bit overly critical of myself. Now, I can sit here all day. I can sit here and make a 20-minute video of all the things about this blaster that I hate. All the things about this blaster that I could fix. All the tiny little imperfections. But, honestly, I'm not going to do that. I'm very proud of this project. Everything came out looking fantastic. I love how well it worked from the inception of the idea to the execution. For a while there, I was pretty sure this wasn't going to work at all. So, getting all of that to work, just getting it this far, getting it this good, just, oh my god, I'm so happy with it. And I love the paint job that I did. I'm very proud of that. The two stripes, kind of inspired by a Destiny gun, the Ruin Wake machine gun from the Crucible. I'm just so in love with what I was able to do. I'm so happy with it. And seeing as how this is my first mod, my first actual rewire, my first actual internal replacement, my first time replacing buttons, using 16 gauge wire, using lipos even, and I was able to get something like this, I'm just looking forward to what I do with more experience. And I would like to thank a few people for making this project possible. First, I'd like to thank Bobololo, Lord Draconical, and Coop for all their videos. I've been following them for years, just when I started getting into modding in college, and when I, even today, I still watch their videos regularly. And they just make everything so much more accessible for newcomers like myself. The swarm fire on the side, the first time I saw that was with Bobololo's Fenrir. And when I saw that, the only thing I thought it was missing was some sort of alien or unnatural look to it, because I've always thought the swarm fire had this very alien look to it compared to all the other blasters that were out at the time. even within the Dark tagline. Next, I'd like to thank Draconis from the Nerf Haven forums for supplying me with the Panther. I never owned a Panther before I did this project, and I really needed one on such a short basis because the contest had been going on for a month before I got to it. And I really needed a Panther badly. I posted on Nerf Haven, and I was really scouring the internet to get my hands on an original Panther, not one of the small tank ones. Draconis messaged me. He was very easy to deal with, and I got it within a week. The project would not have been as successful without him. So thank you. Next, I'd like to thank user Duke Windermall on Reddit for the MTB Rhinos. I never really was familiar with Duke. I'd seen some of his comments on the Nerf Reddit, and he was kind of a troll to some people, but what I was a little bit more concerned with was the fact that he asked for money as a gift between friends where I paid the fee, and I really didn't have any solid evidence that I was going to receive the motors. Afterward, when I mentioned this, he commented about, like, oh, why would I want to ruin my integrity? But really, he's a stranger on the internet. So I really had no reason to not expect to be scammed, and thank you, Duke, so much for not scamming me. You totally could have just made out with my $14, and I would have been fucked. So that's actually one of the things I learned from this project. Sometimes you just need to give strangers on the internet money. 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 Give me money! Finally, and last but not least, I'd like to thank Landgrave Customs for putting up the contest in the first place. I'm gonna be honest here, I was going through a really bad time in February and March. And when I saw Merge Masters, I was just struck with inspiration, and that having something to pour my time and energy in and thoughts into, like, it really helped me. Thank you. I really needed this. Now, I'd like to get to my final thoughts and conclusions on the project itself and Merge Masters, modding, this scale of a project, everything. So, this project's an art piece, and an artist's pieces are never done. A project is only finished when you stop working on it. And for all intents and purposes, this is still a project, this is still going on. It is not in its final state, but I am stopping working on it for now. I'm calling the project completed as far as Merge Masters goes, but a painting's never done. Someday I'd like to go back and add like a Snake Cage or something that competes with that to get a better spread for the darts, because they were hitting all over the place, as you can see in my firing demos. And at that note, I think I'm going to end this video. If there are any other mods you'd like to see me do in the future, or any other types of videos you'd like to see me do with this channel, please leave a comment down below. I'll definitely read it, and I'll take your advice. Like, I'm thinking I might use this channel for some gameplay videos, because I have a capture device. I'd like to do some random vlogs, definitely more Nerf projects if people demand it. So just let me know. I'm willing to do just about anything. Not anything. And with that, have a great day wherever you are. Wait, that's Bobo's. Keep on nerfing. No, that's dumb. Good evening, Sandy. No. Sign off goes here.